Andrea Doherty joining me in studio today to tell us a little bit about a new healthy dessert recipe that you can make today. So Andrea, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Andrea, you bring in this crazy recipe. It's dessert hummus,
Yes.
but honestly, I've tasted it. It tastes like cookie dough. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it's basically, it tastes like edible cookie dough almost, but it's more so of a sweet hummus. So typically we're used to hummus that is a little bit savory, right? It's got some garlic, lemon juice. But this one, we're just gonna tweak a couple of the ingredients, still keep the chickpeas there, and it's sweet. So you can use it as a dip, say for apples, and it makes a really healthy dessert. So high in fiber, high in protein. It's not gonna give you that blood sugar spike and crash.
Of course, and of course, it all starts with our favorite ingredient, one of the most diverse ingredients that you bring to us, and that's chickpeas.
Yeah.
You can make chickpeas in almost anything, right?
Yeah, chickpeas are amazing. So I just use a can of no salt added chickpeas, drained and rinsed. So you want to make sure that you you rinse and drain them a couple of times just to get that chickpea taste out of there.
There's gases too, right?
Yeah, so as you rinse it though, you're also going to see that some of the skin comes off. So as much as you can when you are getting these ready, remove those skins and take them away. So I've already removed some of those skins, and the reason you want to do that is because it helps the hummus get really smooth.
Yes.
So you want to use a food processor if you have one. If you have a blender, it may work as well, but I really just love using my food processor, and it gets a lot of use in my kitchen. So
Absolutely.
it's a great investment. So we've got 1 full can of chickpeas. The next we're going to do about half a cup of some natural peanut butter. So if you depending what type of nut butter you have at home, natural is the best, because when you do look at the ingredients, it's just peanuts. So there's not any other oils or sugar added. If there's any nut allergies, you could do a nut-free nut butter, so sunflower seed butter or wow butter, which is made from soy nuts. If you like almonds, you could do almond butter. You're going to get a little bit more vitamin E and antioxidants. Cashew butter you could do as well. So really any type of nut butter. It's going to help to give it a little bit of sweetness, but also some healthy fats.
Of course, helping get a little bit more sweetness is some vanilla, right?
Yeah, so some vanilla. So we're going to use about a teaspoon of some vanilla extract. Great. And then I've got just a few tablespoons, depending on your preference of sweetness, so 2 to 3 tablespoons of some honey. Sorry, that's maple syrup. If you want to use honey, you can.
Yep.
But yeah, we're going to use some just pure maple syrup.
Some pure Canadiana going into this hummus recipe here. Very good. I'm sure this is going to add a really nice kick to it. And of course.
And that's it. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna put it on and blend it. What you wanna do is make it, make sure it gets to be really thin and really smooth. It's still gonna stay thick. I do have some water on the side. In case it's too thick, you can add a little bit of water, about a teaspoon at a time, or you could use some almond milk, just in case you need to get it running smoothly. So I'll let you go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah, so you can just kind of stop it part way. Sometimes the chickpeas needs a little bit of a stir to get going.
Yeah,
but you want to look at the texture. It looks pretty thick. So I'm going to just have you keep going, and we might add a little bit of water.
Yeah, slowly, right? You don't want to add it all at the same time.
You don't want to.
So what point would you want us to add some water to it?
Yeah.
Was it after the second?
So if you start kind of going and you see that it's not fully blending, like there's a little bit of pieces of full chickpeas in there. So I want to make sure that they blend it really smoothly. You don't want to be seeing those. So if it's just having a hard time moving around, then I would want to add some water. So after a couple minutes, so just add it really slowly. Even you can always add, you can take this off and then add your liquid as you're going to see how it is. But let's try that. Yeah, so yeah, it's really great to just kind of add the water on the top, because as you can see, when we added it, it mixes a lot smoother. So yeah, you got kind of a smooth consistency that's going to look like hummus. And again, it takes a couple of minutes, but you really want to make sure you get it smooth. And then what you can do is just transfer it to another bowl, or just keep it in there and remove the blade. And we're going to just stir in some chocolate chips.
Yep, my favorite, chocolate chips. Can't go wrong.
Yep, so just use some dark chocolate chips. Again, adds a little bit of sweetness, and then mix it all together so that every bite you get kind of one chocolate chip. So I did a 1/4 cup for that.
So that's what it looks like a little bit in the bowl here. But the finished product looks like this. Right here.
Yep, so you can use like apple slices, maybe some graham crackers. You could also use it to dip in there.
Absolutely. You can see the chocolate chips in there, and now I'm going to get some apple slices, and we're going to try this out.
Yeah, it's almost like you're having cookie dough, right?
I'm telling you, this tastes almost like cookie dough. Just don't bake it, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Andrea, you have similar recipes to this. To this on your website. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so you can check out my website for different recipes. There's a lot of plant-based foods, like how to use tempeh and tofu, healthy desserts, similar to this, like with avocado. But yeah, you can really get creative with this recipe too, and maybe even make like a brownie batter one where you do black beans instead of the chickpeas and add some cocoa powder. So you can check out my website, andreadochertyrd.com, for some more recipes there.
And of course, make sure to follow her on social media as well. She always posts fantastic pictures of her recipes and places that she is across the city. So thank you very much, Andrea, for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Make sure to visit andreadochertyrd.com for more recipes.